What's up, folks? Welcome back to TacticalTortoise. My name is Trevi, and your boy is delirious with drowsiness and maybe a little bit drunk. I'm just coming off a bunch of streaming of Warhammer 40k Darktide, and this video came up as a topic during that stream, so I figured I would do just a whole video about it. We're gonna do a smash or pass Warhammer 40k Darktide. Oh, Inky, no! What are you doing? Is this comfortable for you? As the title of the video suggests, we're doing smash or pass on Warhammer 40k Darktide. I'm not going to do the basic enemies. They're boring. It's a competitive market out there, and you're not doing anything different than anyone else in your enormous group of identical friends. Alright, we're starting strong here with the Medicae Servitor. Obviously, this guy's got the healing touch. That's a point in his favor, and also he keeps complaining about fragments of his mind slipping away into nothingness, which is extremely relatable. We'd smash him, but in a loving way. Regular gunners, I gotta say, I think that the Scab Gunners, the Mobian 6 guys, they got a sense of style about them. The Splinter Cell Night Vision Goggles, I'm with it. Keep that fashion sense going. The Ogren Reaper, this guy wears like a sleeveless chainmail shirt. There's something about that. We're smashing. Man, we're starting so strong on this quiz right now. Sephanie, she is the psyker in the Psychanium. I don't know what, she's suspended in like a vat of life support goo. Whatever Siphone's doing to maintain that cake is absolutely working. Unironically smashing.
Your body will follow.
The Bulwark! You know, we can't all be winners here. Unfortunately, I feel like the Bulwark is a little too introverted. He's clammed up, he's too defensive, and it's really just not gonna work. Well, we're gonna pass on you, Bulwark. I'm sorry. Better luck next time. Poxhound? It's a literal dog. No good? That's against the law, I think. FBI, open up! The Flamers are known for spraying pretty indiscriminately, which I don't think makes for a phenomenal partner, but what they lack in accuracy, they do make up for in enthusiasm. Also, the Dreg Flamer, she's dripped out, and she's like 6'5". That's a look I can get behind, so we're smashing. The Scab Flamer, I don't know, he's got a cool hat. I guess that works out. The Bomber, you know, would be up for a dine and dash. As soon as he drops his load, he's out the door. And I'm not about that life, okay? Also, he's gonna leave you with a fiery sensation. That's just no good. The Demon Host, this is an interesting question because you really got, like, you win some, you lose some with the Demon Host. On one hand, you know they're into some interesting stuff. They got so many piercings. They love chains. On the other hand, they're so sleepy. Like, they're always asleep, and they're talking in their sleep about millions of fingernails scratching the inside of their skull, praying endlessly to the Emperor. So, like, really, it's a toss-up. But I think we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Chains, you know, pretty exciting. Now, the Mauler, I see, is kind of a family man. He's got that big axe. It's a very practical and useful weapon, especially since it's also a chainsaw. On top of being a lumberjack, he also has a welding mask. So clearly he's good at multiple, you know, crafts with your hands. He's gonna be a useful guy to have around. The downside, I think, is that he probably doesn't take that armor off, you know, and it's a little spiky. In a marriage situation, I think the Mauler would be probably a pretty good life partner. Less so in bed, mostly because of the spikes and chainsaws. Getting a couple more Morningstar characters here. Misozi, she's your Valkyrie flyer. She's sarcastic, she's got a good sense of humor about her, and she's always up for a quick getaway. We're smashing Misozi.
I've seen so many of you come and go, I can hardly keep track.
All the Morningstar characters coming up now. Explicator Zola, there's something about a woman with scars, you know? It's really doing it for me. She's the lady you meet in the introduction, and she's got it going on, I think.
Something to be said for using the back door.
Now, the Crusher, I feel like is very similar to the Mauler, except that unlike the Mauler, who has very practical gear that can help them, you know, support their loved ones, the Crusher just has a rock on the end of a stick. In addition, I don't think the Crusher is ever going to remove that armor. Not to mention the fact that the armor does not even include a welding mask. So he's not, while he's crushing stuff with a rock on a stick, he's not even good at welding. So even in the situation where we're looking for a life partner and someone to spend a lot of time with, the Crusher's not even winning that competition either. So I'm sorry, Crusher. We're gonna pass on you there, buddy. Sergeant Morrow, you gotta click the top option just for that mustache, my guy. That is an impressive mustache. Sire Melk is low on my list of Morningstar characters, mostly for the fact that he keeps giving me stupid grimoire contracts where I have to get like 25 grimoires every time those grimoires end up killing me and my entire team with corruption damage. You gotta be giving me better jobs. I'm not gonna put out if you're not. putting in the time to get me good work. So we're passing. Hadron Omega 77, our resident tech priest, she's an interesting case, all right? And I think, honestly, we got to give it to her, mostly because she has all those mechadendrites. They can do all sorts of interesting things. She's also 400 years old, so you know my girl's got experience. We're positive on Hadron Omega 77. The mutant, I think, gives great hugs, at least from one side of its body. The other side maybe could use a little bit of exercise, but, you know, we can make that work too. Also, what's he using that one arm for? You know what I'm saying? You got some power, some real stroke behind that one. The Plague Ogren, I mean, if you've seen the Plague Ogren model in-game, you know my boy is caked up to the gills. We're smashing. Oh my god, the Trapper. The Trapper has a gun that shoots nets that also like have a little tingly electrifying sensation. You know the Trapper's into some stuff. She's also great at dancing. She does a little dance every time she gets one of your allies in a net. And I think that's great. I really like somebody who has some enthusiasm. You know there's some kink in there, so I think we're going positive on the Trapper here. Ragers. This is an interesting one. First off, the Scab Rager has a bunch of human skulls on their armor, and it's all spiky. It's very uncomfortable. I don't know if I'm so into that. The Dreg Rager, on the other hand, oftentimes you have a 50-50 shot when you meet up with a Dreg Rager of getting one with a bunch of dangly tentacles coming out of its abdomen. You know, you could put those to use. On the other hand, I feel like once they get going, they just don't stop. They're unstaggerable. I think that's a little bit too aggressive for me. I like there to be a little bit more of a rhythm to things. So we're gonna go ahead and pass. Moving up to the Shotgunners, immediate pass. Fuck Shotgunners. I don't like them. Beast of Nurgle. Oh my god. This one's really hard for me. I think on the whole, a Beast of Nurgle is an inarguably attractive organism. It even has like 20 mouths. That's just useful. On the other hand, I think Beasts of Nurgles are supposed to have the intelligence of a puppy dog, and we can't in good conscience hit smash on the Beast of Nurgle. I think that's illegal. So we're gonna unfortunately pass on Mr. Bonbons here. Although, you know, I'd give him a snuggle, right? I'd give him a little rub on his head. I'd stroke his weird tentacly hair and tell him he's a good boy, because the Beast of Nurgle, he's the goodest boy. The Pox Burster, you know they're going to give you warning before they go off. The downside is that sometimes they're not totally accurate with it. Like sometimes they'll speed up, sometimes they'll slow down, and it feels kind of random. And more often than not, honestly, they go off way before they should. It's not a great habit to be in, Pox Bursters, so we're gonna pass on you. Oh, we're getting down to it. I think we just have 2 left. Next one is Interrogator Rannick. First off, he's a creepy dude. He's always walking around with his goons, and he's always at his desk writing up bad things that you've done, but he's also, there's so much drama around him. Spoiler alerts for the plot of the game, what plot there is in Warhammer 40,000 Darktide. This is the guy who brings you into a huge ceremony with the express purpose of just murdering someone else in cold blood who you've never met before. And it's too over the top. It comes out of nowhere, and I feel like any sort of involvement with this guy is just going to invite so much drama. It's just not worth it. It's just not going to work out. Last one on the quiz, it's the Sniper. Really? Okay, well, I don't know. This guy, he's a straight shooter. You know, he's got some power behind his rifle, you know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, I think he's a little too fragile for my taste. You basically look at him or touch him in any way, and either he's going to keel over right on the ground, or he's going to go off while you're dodging out of the way, and he's going to miss his shot entirely. I'm just not game with that. So sorry, Sniper. We're passing on you. So we smashed 52% of the folks in Darktide. I think that means that the folks over at Fatshark, they've made an above average sexy game. Hats off to you folks over at Fatshark. Dark tidings to everyone. Thanks for watching this very serious video.